Mic check, mic check. What's kicking, family? I'm glad you've clicked in so I can check in with you. So what's going on today, everybody? Well, this is what I'd like to talk about today. Well, as you know, hey, I'm talking about sports, and I just love sports, period. So what do you do when you can't be planted in front of television and watch as much sports as you would like? I mean, hey, that's what they call the couch potato. I believe that's where they came up with that name, is for when gentlemen sit in front of a TV for hours on end. And speaking of sitting in front of a TV for hours on end, I believe Major League Baseball is having a contest, and there's two guys in something called a fan cave, and that they have to watch just about every baseball game there as well. I believe they're at the MLB headquarters, so they have enough screens in front of them that they can watch to their heart's content, and to the end of when, you know, they're putting toothpicks in their eyelids to keep them open. All right. So the reason I'm talking about sports television and stuff like that is because when I can't watch, I listen. And I listen to sports talk radio to get my updates, scores, and highlights and whatnot, and listen to some commentary on what's going on the latest subject of sports. So what we have coming up on May 9th in the 2 to 3 p.m. time slot on ESPN is Mike Lupica. Yes, the gentleman from the ESPN Sports Reporters is going to have a 2 to 3 slot on the airways for ESPN. Well, at least we're going to get it here locally. I don't know if they're going to do that, if they're going to syndicate it nationwide. But for me, ESPN here in New York, you had to get a little bit more of a local flavor. You know, you guys got, you know, updates of all the sports all over the place, which is cool. But when I want to listen to or watch my local sports from my area, can you give me something? And look what they've done. And they're kind of switching up a few things over at ESPN 1050 WEPN 1050 ESPN radio here in the New York area. Well, first of all, you know they carry the Knicks games. Then on top of that, they brought back Stephen A. Smith, and he's from 7 to 9. And then following him is Bill Daughtry at 9 p.m. to midnight. Now, I like both those guys. Stephen A. Smith is very opinionated. And the thing is, you know, when I listen, hey, I don't really have to love you or hate you. I'm getting my sports. You're on at your slot. If I don't like you, I'm going to go someplace else. If I like you, I'll stick around. And if I just want to hear what your opinion is on the latest subject, I'll tune in. That's the way I am. I like to hear my sports. I like to get it from all angles. And, you know, sometimes they talk about, oh, homerism, this and that. Hey, what do you want me to do? I'm here in New York. I want to hear the local people. So ESPN is trying to shake it up and give a little bit more local flavor, because they have their fight with WFAN, the oldest sports talk radio station in the nation. They were the first, and to me, they're the best because, man, they got it rocking and rolling. They got Mike Francesa on from 1 to 6 by himself. 1 to 6. Man, that's a chore. As you know, it used to be Mike and the Mad Dog. The Mad Dog did like Sputnik and went satellite, and he's in orbit. So I don't know what Chris Russo's doing now. Haven't heard too much of him lately, but I guess he's doing all right. He got that contract, and he does get some people on his program whenever I read it in the paper. I don't have satellite radio, so I wouldn't know what he sounds like and how his game is on over there on satellite. But getting back to Mike Lupica, I think it's a nice addition. I think it's going to shake up things here in the New York Sports Talk Radio. They're going to have to try and chip away at Mike Francesa. Well, this is just my opinion on the radio scene here in New York. Lupica and all the people that they have in that time slot trying to shake up Mike Francesa, who is the grand poobah of Sports Talk Afternoon Radio. He's the man. Hey, I like him, you know, because I I agree and disagree on a lot of stuff that he does. So that's the way it is, you know. To go along with somebody, go along with somebody, go along with somebody the whole way, you know, kind of makes for like kind of like vanilla, you know. It's just plain. So on that note, this is Mr. Batch. I believe that the ratings wars are going to continue between ESPN and WFAN as far as it comes to sports, because you know they all stack rank them with all the other radio stations, with the news, with the music, and all that other stuff. But what I'm concerned about is sports talk radio, and if I can get enough quality hosts and product to give me what I need and what I want as a sports fan, and that as much information and games as possible on the radio. Because if I can't sit in front of the TV, I got to get it another way. All right, this is Mr. Batch. I'm out of here like I stole something. Peace.